Put your hand up when it's ready. How long? Hmm? It's always, why are we always late?
Oh, we're live. Val says hi.
Hi Val, thanks for joining. It's good to see you here. So really tonight I'm just chatting casually with anyone who wants to jump on, and I'll be doing this every weekend on a Saturday evening at 10 o'clock, and as you might know, I'm coming here live every evening between Monday to Friday at 10 o'clock as well. So this is just really open for any sort of questions and answers, and if you have been looking at joining the detox plan, you might already have gone into the registration, had a look at the outline. For those of you that don't know anything about it and would like to, I'm doing a 40-day spring detox program, and I'll put the link in the description below. And I'm also running...
Deborah says hi.
Hi there, thanks for joining. Is that Deborah?
Deborah Rose.
Thanks for joining, Deborah. So I'm also giving a complimentary £500 shopping budget for anyone that wishes to enter. You don't have to be registered to do the detox to enter, to get the £500, which is 660 US dollars it works out to. That's going to be available to all. But tonight I'm going to just touch on a few things. Unless you interject with any questions at any time, please do stop me. I just want to talk about what I'm going to be doing from Monday in relation to the detox. And that is that I'll be coming live at 6 p.m. So not only will I be coming on 10 p.m. live, I'll be coming on at 6 p.m. live every day, leading up to when the detox starts, which is the 1st of April. Now, don't be afraid of the 40 days. It's a step-by-step, easy to implement plan. And you get hold of that plan once you've committed to do the detox. And if people need it, they can get a free call with me so we can talk about your health goals, any recommendations I can make in terms of herbs and supplements for you to get deeper results. And I'm giving my time for you to actually see every day from Monday, 6 o'clock live, where I'm going to show you how you can simply prepare the ingredients or food grocery list, I should say, of the list that I've given you, how you can simply prep a few dishes. Now, it's not going to be a lot of work. There will not be any cooking involved. It will be a raw food plan, but that doesn't mean you can't implement really good, hearty dishes with the ingredients. And I've been doing this for a number of years, and I've worked as an allergy chef, so I understand those who may have sensitivities or allergies. So I can work with you if you book a call We can talk about the plan. We can tweak the plan for you. I've done this for a couple of people already. So also, especially those who may be allergic to certain fruits and vegetables, because it is possible that some people have a sensitivity to nightshades and some cruciferous vegetables. And of course, nuts are a trigger as well. So we can tweak the plan specifically for you and for people suffering with IBS. But one thing while I'm on the subject of intolerances and allergies, I don't know whether you know there's new research to say that your gluten allergy may not be gluten after all. Now, this is taken from some research at Monash University in Australia, where I studied food as medicine. And they have researched that the gluten that you think that you may be intolerant to happens to be fructan. And fructan is found in non-gluten foods as well. And those foods are things like watermelon, persimmon, ripe banana, plums, pomegranate, raisins, and even things like beans, like kidney beans specifically, black beans, lima beans, mung beans, navy beans, and even split peas. And also specifically cashews and pistachios, strangely enough. And garlic and onion are the highest on the fructan list of foods that are non-gluten but can trigger a gluten-like reaction in the gut. So you might want to have a look at that research. In fact, what I'll do is I'll put the link in there for you below so you can have a look at that research too. So there was the study was published in the gastroenterology journal. Getting tongue-tied. And researchers had done a study where they'd been giving people the placebo and also the fructan foods. And they found that the people on the non-placebo had presented with, IBS type symptoms, the gluten intolerance symptoms. So that's something you might want to have a look at. And if you haven't also seen my previous videos on salicylates, now that's found in our products as well as our foods. And I did two videos, one with products, one with foods. And salicylates are a chemical that vegetables emit when they want to ward off disease and bugs. And it's presented in some fresh foods and fruits and vegetables, as well as products like toothpaste, sunscreen, as well as medications like aspirin, which is pain reliever. So you might want to have a look at those as well if you have some intolerances, perhaps even you suffer with eczema and you cannot know for hell or high water where your flares are coming from. It may be related to salicylates. And I had a woman who contacted me recently, and she has a 3-year-old son who suffers with eczema. And she's tried everything. She's cut out the high trigger foods like dairy, eggs, wheat, that includes gluten, and sugars. She's lowered specifically.
And a comment from Deborah Rose. She says, so you are saying that you need
Right, so Deborah Rose asking if you need to let go of garlic. So Deborah, are you asking because you have a specific, do you have a gluten allergy? I'm just trying to catch your comments. I'm not getting the comments in the live chat for some
You need
reason.
to change it from top chat to live chat. If it's
Right, I need to change it to live chat. I'm not sure how to do that.
it should come up with comments anyway, to be honest. But just double check that it's not set.
I'm not getting the live chat. I need help. Anthony, would you mind helping me to get the live chat on my screen, if you don't mind? Otherwise, you may have to read out all the messages that come in. Let's see. Sorry about this, folks. Just give me a moment. It's a live show. Anything can happen. So yeah, in the meantime, Deborah, if you could, do you suffer with a gluten allergy or sensitivity at all? Deborah Rose.
Can you see her comments now?
I think I can see now.
She says my dad has problems, not me.
So your dad has problems. He's the one with the gluten allergy.
He says my dad has tummy problems, and so I'm watching how to help him.
So your dad has tummy problems, and so you're wondering how to help him. Oh, I see. Not yet. Okay, I'm getting. If the feed is coming in slowly, so I'm kind of reading it in as it's coming in to catch up. All right, it should speed up now, so I'll get it in real time. So Deborah Rose says, so you're saying that we need to let go of garlic, but he has tummy problems. Has he been diagnosed with a specific complaint? Or is, and how long has this been going on? Because I don't recommend everyone just cutting out foods, unless, first of all, I always try to establish what people are diagnosed with. And if I'm actually working with somebody on a one-to-one, we do what's called an elimination process, or elimination diet as it's called. If they feel there is a suspected food that they kind of have an indication could be the problem, we start with that food and we cut that food out for at least 14 days. And then on the 15th day, we reintroduce that food back into their diet and we wait at least 24 to 48 hours. If you think that garlic may be one of the triggers, or maybe you're not sure, but you're asking the question, it may be worth taking out that particular food and reintroducing it back in on the 15th day. I've cooked without garlic for quite some time, just because I was just reducing a lot of it that I was using every day. And now I use it more sparingly. You don't have to go overboard on garlic, even though it's so delicious in foods, I know. And during the period where we were in lockdown, I was having a garlic clove a day, a matured garlic clove a day in things like my smoothies, for instance, or I would put it in a green juice, because garlic is a great antiviral food. But if you suspect that your father, may have an intolerance, I would take it out for 14 days. And any of those foods that I listed there, if somebody again had a kind of, say, like for instance an IBS, somebody who's diagnosed with IBS as well, and fiber's also a problem. A lot of those foods I mentioned relate to high fiber foods. So again, I would follow the same process of eliminating that food for 14 days and reintroducing something else as an alternative. If it is a high trigger food, or I would look for a low to medium food alternative, and stick to those types of foods. Because apparently allergies are not forever. You can actually reduce your allergy and irritation to foods. It can be done, but you need to be working with somebody who understands what to do in order to help you through the process. You can do an elimination diet, as I've explained there yourself, but it's always good, really, if you have been suffering for a long time and you've really tried everything and you just don't know what else to do, because one of the things I'm qualified as is a nutritionist. So when we're doing elimination, I'm always looking at making sure that you're getting the right amount of minerals and vitamins in your diet. And if that means supplementation and having a look at deficiencies, we'll cover those. But it's important not to start excluding a whole food group of foods, because you may become, deficient, you may have some imbalances. So again, you really want to work with somebody who can support you to eliminate foods gradually. And it may seem like a bit of a process, but if you've been suffering with this for years, especially if you have IBS or colitis or eczema, it can help you for the long term. And the lady that came to me about her 3-year-old son, she tried everything, as I said, with the trigger foods. She just cut them out of his diet. He's 3 years old, he's going to nursery. He has a list of things that he can't eat or tolerate. And mother was just fraught, because she just didn't know why he was getting these constant flares continually. And he's off school, he's off preschool at the moment, and he's not sleeping, and he's tearing his skin apart. So she called for a discovery call, and I explained the possibility of salicylates, which she had actually been told about those videos by her husband, who subscribes to my updates. He then told his wife, and we had a conversation. So what I did was to discuss with her about the foods that he's having now. We identified that there are salicylates in his diet. And of course, we're not going to cut them all out at once. But what we do is to basically, how we started was, right, what do you have in the house now? So let's take away those foods that contain the salicylates. And I will send you a list of low to medium salicylates in their categories. where it'll be easy for you to identify them and use those as alternatives to what you're taking out, because you want to make sure you're not taking things out, but you're making sure you're getting the right mineral balance, the right vitamin balance. And if adults need supplementation, then we look at supplementation as well. So yeah, I mean, have a look really at the list of foods that he's reacting to, and have a look at the video on the salicylate foods, and don't forget about the products, because also, you know, cleaning products, the toxins are airborne, so it could be even things that he's handling. It could be toothpaste even, it could be aspirin if he's prone to taking aspirin for pain. There may be other medications as well that could trigger a salicylate reaction that feels pretty much like it's food related. So it's worth looking at that as well. So, oh, hello. Let's see, sorry. I think it's gone slow again. I can't see the last comment.
Last comment was irritable bowel. Okay, thanks so much for the clarity from Deborah Rose.
You're welcome, Deborah. So it's irritable bowel. Right, I see. Okay. So have a look, you know, take on board what I've said tonight. If you have any other questions, obviously just ask. And look at salicylates. Now, if you haven't heard of nightshades, nightshade foods contain, and these are cruciferous vegetables, have a look at those. These are things like your aubergines, peppers. You can have a look online at the full list of the nightshade family and take a look and find out whether from the nightshade family there are foods in there that actually are irritating him as well, because they are high in salicylates. Like I said, you don't want to take out a whole food group all in one go. This is a gradual process. So, and he might want to discuss this with his doctor as well, you know. Let him do some of his own research. Have a look at those videos. That will give you also some references in the comments section. I'm not getting up to date.
What was the last comment you can see?
Right, let's have a look. Okay, I now see your comment where the last comment says, okay, thank you so much for the clarity. Is that the last comment? Okay, so I'm getting the up-to-date comments. So if anybody else wants to interject, please do. Yeah, so I want to just talk to you a little bit as well. And if at any time you want to ask questions, please do. I'll get the alert in the comments. But there are people who have joined the 40-day spring detox program, which you will get the link to below. So you can take a look at that. And as I said, it's mapped out step by step from day one. And there are different processes along the journey of the detox. And you'll also be doing a colon cleanse and a liver cleanse. And the reason why we do that is to make sure that those organs are functioning as well as they can. It won't be completely, pristine in one detox. I do these detoxes every year myself, and I'll be doing it along with you. And when you're cleansing the colon and you're cleansing the liver, and you're doing these annually, and there are mini detoxes that I do throughout the year as well, and I will be revealing those soon. But the big spring detox is really a nice overhaul for regeneration of the liver and the colon, in terms of getting your energy up. If you're suffering with pain and inflammation, perhaps you do have food sensitivities or allergies. And for those of you who want to lose some weight, this is an ideal program for you, because weight is linked to so many diseases. So we don't want to become a statistic just because we're gaining a lot of weight, especially in the midriff area, in terms of things like diabetes. And there's so many people who are becoming pre-diabetic now. It's not uncommon for people to be diagnosed with a pre-diabetic disorder. So it's important to really control your weight. And this actually has a way of regulating your weight, because our weight goes up and down. It fluctuates, especially as we get older. And during the winter months, we tend to put on a few more pounds. We've been in lockdown. We haven't been able to get out or go to the gym. So we're now struggling to shift those extra pounds. And it's a way of really, helping and supporting the body. We're not living in, perfect times where we had abundance of fresh foods and we didn't need to supplement, but now we do. And in the program, as I said, it's step by step. And the reason for doing the colon cleanse particularly is so that, your elimination organ is as clear as possible. Your liver, which is your filtration system, is as clear as it can be. And you're absorbing your minerals, because there's a thin lining in the colon and the digestive tract where our minerals are absorbed. And if we're impacted, we're not absorbing as much of the minerals that we need to. And that's where people are becoming a bit deficient. And vitamin D3, which is a sunshine vitamin, is where we're deficient the most. And there's some people who are deficient in zinc, which you get from, your nuts, your seeds, grains. And supplementation of zinc is important for our immune system, magnesium for our muscle, growth. And also it helps to activate the D3. So the D3 and magnesium are quite important together to be taken. So if you're taking D3, make sure you're taking magnesium and vice versa. And zinc. Those are the three main supplements that I take every single day, and I recommend during the detox plan. And I usually recommend those from day 5 right through to the end of the detox, because you're going to be eating specific foods, and there will be one day of a fruit fast, and that will be before you carry out the colon cleanse, just to prepare the digestive system. And there'll be specific foods on day 1 to help stimulate chemical for the liver function, so that it's all broken down into steps. And you will have my support, because I've opened up a Facebook group called the 40-day live detox, spring detox with Carol Fraser. Okay. And there's also a Telegram group for those who are not Telegram, that don't want to be on Facebook, where you can have access to me to ask questions. But you can do that on Facebook as well as Telegram anyway. And on top of that, I give you access up until the 10th of May, which is when the detox actually ends, to my Natural Workshops membership platform, where you can access the detox plan, and you have recipes that you can access from today that can actually help you rest your digestive system and get yourself ready for the detox. So there's lots and lots of recipes. There's over 100 smoothies, snacks, main meals, lunches, you name it, that you can be implementing today that are going to make you feel so much better anyway, and it's going to help prepare your digestive system for the detox. And then I will also be adding, at the end of the 40 days, breakfast, lunch, snacks and dinner of 7 days of maintenance recipes, so you don't undo all the great benefits that you're going to get from doing the detox. And it's also good to explore what your health goal is, because that's what's going to keep you going. Plus you have a community alongside you and my support. So talking about support, one of the things that I'm going to do, starting from Monday at 6 o'clock, I will be going live and I will be showing you what you can do with the grocery list ingredients. So I'll be showing you your snacks and your main meal and your, herbs. I'll be taking my supplements, of course. Those of you that have been on the call with me, you may have had different supplements to what others have been asked to do, because they've got different issues and different health goals. But the three main ones are zinc, D3 and magnesium, which all of you will be taking. And I will come on and show you day by day, each day leading up to the detox, how you can put together those ingredients, a list of the shopping list that I've given you. So you can, you won't get bored, you'll have a lot of options, and I will put all of those recipes in the natural workshops section for you, and under workshops, where you'll find, if you haven't already accessed it, your 40-day detox program, which is mapped out for you step by step. And if you have any questions about it, you're on the Facebook group or you'll be on the Telegram group, so you can ask there. You can ask any questions tonight if you have any questions there. And from day one, I will start the pre-liver cleanse with you, and then we'll do the liver flush, and then we'll have our day of specific foods before we do the colon cleanse. And then from there on, it changes in terms of what you'll be eating, and you'll get all the recipes as well. So that will help you along, give you some more ideas, and we'll be cheering each other along. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interactive. You're going to get as much support as I can offer. And if you haven't registered, register now, because you get so much benefits by coming in early, because you get to understand the follow along, and you get access to those recipes that you can implement in your diet from today. And I'll be telling you what you need to start preparing for. So I'll be giving some tips as well. And one of my biggest tips is that you must have CMOS. And if you have IBS, you have food sensitivities, I would probably review that so you don't have CMOS. But CMOS is full of fibre. It contains 92 of the minerals that our body is composed of. So it's a natural, mineral-dense food that you can add to the dishes I'll be showing you that you can eat, and give you the recipes in the natural detox. So that's also good for boosting your energy. And it's very gentle on the gut because it's got a kind of mucilage. It's a gel form, and you can mix it in your teas, You can add it to your smoothies, and it also contains a wonderful mineral called iodine, which is great for boosting brain health and brain function. So people usually report that after day 3, their energy levels just escalate and they feel euphoric. Now, everybody's different. I get this time and time again. I get that feeling too. And some people it might take a bit longer, maybe day 5, 6. But while you're detoxing, you have to expect a level of purging. And it also depends. Are you smoking? Are you drinking? Are you consuming carbs? Simple carbs, a lot of simple carbs and sugars. And so your body has to use that energy to purge from these things. And the good news is, there'll be a few days of feeling a little fatigued. There will be days where you're going to feel the detoxification process, where you can't really exert yourself as much as before if you're doing heavy lifting in the gym. You're running every day. You will need to rest at a reasonable time in the evening. 10 o'clock at the latest is ideal, because your body needs that energy to detox and purge. And it takes a lot of energy, depending on what you've been eating, what your lifestyle is like, needs that time to purge, because there's years and years of, different foods and habits that we have, especially if you're not sleeping very well at night. This can help you, and I would recommend that you book a call with me so I can recommend some herbs that will help you to relax, especially if you're not used to sleeping early. Another of the things that I would recommend is, and it really helps me through even day to day, but especially through a detox where you need to be, calmer and more relaxed. And that is playing some meditation music throughout your day. So if you're sitting at a computer, part of my time is sat at a computer, I would play it in the background. I would play it during the evening before I go off to sleep. And I tune into Sleepy Detox Studio on YouTube. And there are different binaural notes and sounds which are quite beautiful and tranquilizing. I find them very, very relaxing. And there's something there for everyone. They upload quite regularly. And you could have nature sounds. It could be ocean sounds. It could be flute sounds. There are quite a lot of different sounds which are actually produced in the 432 hertz. Now the 432 hertz are actually quite healing for the cells. It's a specific hertz that really brings, tranquility and calm, which is great for when you're detoxing, because you need to relax more. You don't want to exert too much energy emotionally. So you want to be away from toxic people and have your space to keep it as positive as possible and as calm as possible. So Val Gill says, do you have a shopping list? Sorry, let me clean my glasses. Let me clean off my glasses. I'm not reading it. Right. So, do you have a shopping list on your website already with everything we need, or will you let us know next week? Actually, Val, I'm sure you've joined the detox. We've got a 1-to-1 on Monday. I've sent you the code. In fact, you're a member of Natural Workshops, but I did send you a code anyway. But you have a login and password to get onto Natural Workshops. And once you go onto the platform, which you have done because you've joined me in the lives there, you know how to access it, go to the workshops section. When you go to the workshops section, you'll see it's listed as the 40-day detox program. And it's the only one there that's with the word detox in it. Go there and go click on it, and you've got all the day-to-day steps of the program, including your shopping list, so you can get a picture of the items that you can start getting together nearer the time. But it's going to be all fresh foods. There are going to be no grains, no gluten, but I will make sure that you can see how to prepare good, wholesome dishes, and you're still getting your mineral balance, of course, with your supplements. But we'll be talking about what might be needed for you once we get established, why you want to join the program and what your health goals are and whether you have any underlying issues. But go on to Natural Workshops, go to the workshops section, and you'll see on the dashboard under workshops the program, and you can click in there, and it has a drop down of all the different stages of the program, including your shopping list, which you'll find in day 5. Okay, day 5. There are specific foods between days to 4, you'll see, but the full list should be in day 5 and 6. Okay, and if you have any problems accessing it, just let me know, but you should find it easily from the instructions I've just given you. I'm trying to read this person's name here. I need to get... Oh, Sharon. Hi, Sharon. Thank you for joining. Just reading your message here. Appreciate you letting us know what to expect during this detox. Very important note, so that we would not give up. Definitely not. You're not going to give up. There's no way, not on my watch. This detox, I've not had anyone give up on the detox. In fact, people, and it's just happened again recently, and it's happened in the past where people say, can I do this for 2 weeks? So there was 3 ladies who were travelling, and they wanted to do it for 2 weeks. And they all had their own separate, health goals, of course. One of them with long COVID, one of them for weight loss, another lady who was suffering with fibroids, hormone imbalances, hair loss. And they'd gone through the 2 weeks, and they reported back on how great they were feeling. One of them reached her weight loss goal. Another one was feeling so much better, feeling stronger, she says, fitter. And they said that they want to continue, they want to keep going. And I find that a lot. So that's a good sign that you're not going to suffer and you will get the support. And they pretty much, they were kind of getting on with it. There was a few questions here and there because I opened up a Telegram group. And, can I cook, can I prepare this in this way? Because, they've got to the 14th day where you start to then steam and prepare your meals as you would in the maintenance. So they're on the, but they're feeling great. They just want to keep going with the plant-based foods and the raw foods and the smoothies. And you've probably seen on the group, Sharon, where I've posted on the 40-day Detox Live with Carol Fraser Facebook group, some of the smoothies and a few of the dishes in the maintenance program, in the maintenance part of it, which you can access now, because it's all plant-based, all balanced, all nutritionally balanced meals that you can get access to once you've committed to the program. And you obviously get the recipes that I'll be demonstrating in the YouTube videos from Monday at 6 p.m. So that might be 2 p.m. That will be 2 p.m. in US Central Time. But you could always get the playbacks as well. But it's good if you're there, if you have any questions in real time, you want to get answered, or there may be food you might have a question about, that you might ask, well, can I swap that out for this or whatever. So yeah, there's full support there, and you're going to have a community alongside you as well as my support, and I'm doing it myself. So you'll literally see me in the mornings, probably in my dressing gown, drinking my lime and water. So yeah, you'll be getting it all all mapped out for you in the detox plan and the actual hands-on support as well. So I haven't had anyone fail on my watch yet, so it's been good. It's been pretty good. You're welcome, Val. You're welcome. I've also had, I have a person who came to me about her mother and her mother's health issues, and the fact that she's diabetic type 2. So I've tweaked the plan with her. So we went through a couple of calls, and we looked at where we could swap out certain foods, and I altered that for her, and we looked at some other foods completely, out of the plan that she's able to have during the detox, so that she can follow it through safely. So I do have tweaks for people who may be suffering with diabetes too, but some people, like this lady, have other health issues that they're managing and maybe on medications. So it's always good to arrange a call, which is why I do these free, just to make sure that you're safe, that you're getting the plan is for you. We need to make sure that you're right fit, and where I may be able to tweak it for you if there's any way that I can tweak it for you. But if you're diabetic too, if you have food sensitivities, if you have allergies, if you are, maybe you've got IBS, colitis, do arrange a call so that we can talk, especially if you have eczema as well. Let's have a chat, because there may be some recommendations that I can give you to get deeper results to help you with your flare-ups. So that's open to each and all as well. And as I said, I will be coming on the group live, in between also doing the YouTube videos. I'll come on spontaneously onto the Facebook group, and people can interact and ask questions in real time there. But if you join the detox program, you do get access to natural workshops, like I said, until the 10th of May. And on the 16th of April, I do a live consultation with everybody there. People are then also free to ask any questions they wish. But I build programs from some of the issues that come up with the individuals who were in the on the Natural Workshops platform. And from there, we'll be doing other detoxes, mini detoxes throughout the year, And those members get access to all of them. But obviously, if you're just joining for the spring detox, you'll be there until the 10th of May. But the members continue to get access through the lives, and they also get to go on all of the programs because they're registered members. If you want more information about joining natural workshops, some of you will get a taste of it through joining the detox program, so you can decide if you want to stay on. You won't be charged while you're using the membership platform. You'll only be going on obviously until the 10th of May. But if you want more information and you're not registered on the detox program, then you can just simply drop me an email. But when you click on the link below, the 40-day detox program, for the details, we can arrange a call. But you can also reach out to me on Facebook, or you can drop me an email, either way, so we can talk about it further. So Sharon is asking, and you might need to prompt me, Anthony. So yes, so Sharon is saying, will I experience too much irritability since I'm a dairy, is that right? Daily coffee drinker. And how soon should I stop thinking, is that right? Drinking, sorry, prior to starting. I would definitely cut out the caffeine. So, you know, try to start to cut down from now. And I would, at least a week before you start the detox, cut out the caffeine completely. If you're finding, you will obviously get some withdrawal from, if you're drinking it daily, you're drinking it heavily, you might be drinking it more than once, twice, 3 times a day. There is a dandelion root coffee you could start drinking now to cut out the caffeine. It's very much like drinking a coffee. It's bitter like coffee. In fact, it's smooth actually. It's quite a smooth tasting type of plant-based coffee where the roots of the dandelion have been roasted, and it's quite nice. It's actually quite pleasant. So maybe try that and see. You can have it in between having your normal coffees, but then just try to go on straight onto the dandelion. And I would stop the dandelion again a week before you start the detox, just because it has, the ones that I've seen, if you can find them without caramel, or what else have they been putting in the dandelion? There's a couple of ingredients. You could ask me if you go to purchase, show me the ingredients, because you don't want anything that may have any sugars, nor the caramel colouring. Although there's some that have the natural ingredients in there, so just make a selection. Or even better, I tell you what I'll do. Why do I will put it on the 40-day detox live with Carol Fraser Facebook group, so everybody can get it, because there'll probably be more than one person that needs to cut down on their caffeine intake. So I will post a particular one that can be purchased online, but I understand that you're in the US, so I don't know whether it can be obtained there as well. But I'll put a link with a little write-up about the caffeine, and cutting it down and then stopping sort of, a week before detox period, and what to look out for in terms of the ingredients that you don't want in your dandelion coffee. And some people have said that chicory is quite a good substitute for coffee. I wasn't too convinced with chicory, but I have with dandelion root, and I enjoyed it a lot. And in fact, I tell you what, it's really delicious, and it boosts your energy tenfold by adding hemp powder. Now, I know that sounds yuck, but it isn't. It's really, really good. It's also really good with cacao, which is the unprocessed cocoa powder, the pure raw cacao powder, which is the highest form of magnesium on the planet, apparently. And coffee or cacao, if you add in a teaspoon of hemp powder, and hemp powder has your omega 3, and it's also a really good substitute for milk. So you don't really need to add plant milk, because it gives it this smooth, creamy, consistency to your coffee. So try it. Another one I would recommend as well, when you're using it in hot beverages and you want that kind of boost, real boost, and that nice kind of cream texture in your dandelion coffee or cacao, is maca, which is a vegetable root. I don't know if anybody's heard of maca. The very first time I tried maca, I was preparing meals for a health store, and I was doing breakfasts and lunches and dinners every single day, vegan, whole food, lunches, breakfasts, dinners, and I was getting pretty exhausted, as you can imagine, serving these meals day in, day out. And I also found taking this maca really helpful when I was working as an allergy chef, where I was contracted for a year whilst running my business. I was headhunted to work as a head chef, providing allergy-free meals for a lot of children who were using EpiPens. It seems to be like a bit of an epidemic now, where people are getting allergies, especially from a young age. So they had hired me as a natural chef, and it was quite taxing, because you're on your feet all day, and you're kind of on the go. You ever seen Gordon Ramsay in the kitchen? I'm not comparing myself to Gordon Ramsay, but you have to work hard in the kitchen. You've got to be on it, and that food had to be out at a certain time, or you're going to have 50 hungry children, 3-month-olds crying. Never happened anyway, but I'm just saying, maca really helped me through cooking at the health store, cooking when I was cooking at the school as well. And I found that just having it in some boiled water and just quickly whipping it up, and having that as a kind of a shot, really, really helped to boost my energy levels. It certainly did help a lot. And I like hemp specifically as well, because of the same energy boosting effects. It goes really well in hot water with your cacao or dandelion coffee. Same with maca. If I had to choose out the two as to which one I feel is best, I prefer the fast effects of the maca. And that's why I was having it during the time when I was cooking and I was on my feet all the time. But if you're sitting down, you're relaxing with a nice hot cup of cacao at the end of the evening, have it with your hemp, or have it, you know, in the middle of the day or something. It's got more of a slow release, but it's there. It does boost your energies. Fantastic, those two powders. Also, I always make sure that people are not eating on the detox program beyond 6 o'clock. You really need to consume all your meals by 6 p.m. After that, it's liquids only. If you're feeling hungry, because you want to I'm making sure that you're going to get what you need in the day, specifically because that will help curb your appetite, it will help curb your sugar cravings, it will give you lots of fibre. So get CMOS, have a look on the 40-day live detox with Carol Fraser Facebook. I've just today posted a link where you can find CMOS, and it was recommending that people get it. It's a high fibre food. It will keep your energy levels tip top. But if you're having your meals as I've specified throughout the day, and again, I'm going to support you by doing those lives so you can see how you can make them interesting and prep them, okay? Stop eating by 6, and if you feel hungry, have something like ginger tea. If you have to, coconut water, have that in the day. Have the coconut water in the day because that helps curb your appetite as well. But you will be fed on a cellular level on this detox. And when you're fed on a cellular level, you will find as you go along that you're completely satisfied on the plant-based foods. You won't be craving sugar. You won't be craving meat. You won't be craving dairy. They will be mineral, vitamin balanced meals, and you're being fed on a cellular level. When you're fed on a cellular level, you get rid of all these unhealthy cravings. So by 6 o'clock, you cut off eating. Fruits, not beyond 5 p.m. Stop eating fruits by 5 p.m. 6 p.m. other foods. Have a nice hot beverage in the evening. You can have your ginger tea, you can have one of your herbal teas, and if you've had the one-to-one with me and you have specific herbal recommendations, you'll know to drink your 2 or 3 cups as I've recommended, and that can also make up your water intake, okay? So you want to be consuming at least 2 litres of mineral water throughout the day. And as I said, your herbal teas can make up that consumption. Then 2 litres is recommended for women, and for men, I recommend 3 litres. And I'm not talking about tap water, as you could probably guess. You need to be drinking at least a pH 7 of mineral water or spring water, either or, but not distilled, because you want the minerals, okay? So I did a live where you will have seen the water that I was drinking, and it's got nothing to do with the price tag, okay? Some people might want beyond 7, if you want to go up to, you know, alkaline 9, 8, 10, that's fine. But you really only need from at least 7, and you don't have to spend a fortune on your water. And my main drink every day is water. I drink up to 2 litres a day. And I can tell the difference with the taste of water. Sometimes I've had a water that has a slight metallic taste. I don't know what that is. And it's been a pH 7. And then there's a spring water that I've purchased recently, believe it or not, from Lidl. It's as fine as any of the finest waters I've had. And it's a spring water, and it's their Simply range, or Simple, they might call it, in Lidl. And it's 2 litres for 17 pence, and it is so smooth. It really is easy to chug down as I do. But I tell you what, here's a tip, and this is what I do. It's not good to drink too much water, and I don't think it's good to force yourself to drink water. Your body will get used to it. So if you're struggling to drink 2 litres for women, 3 litres for men, here's how to do it. In the morning, which is one of the things that you'll be doing each and every morning, have a tall glass of water with your lime, as instructed in the plan. Make sure it's about 500 ml, okay? So if you're, say for instance, it's for women, it's 2 litres, right? That's your first 500 ml done. Now you only have to consume 3 more glasses of 500 ml, okay? That's the size that you get in a small water bottle. And you can drink that gradually. You don't have to chug it down in one go and force yourself to drink it, because the last thing you want is to feel you're forcing your body to do something and you're not enjoying it, because that has an impact on, you know, your emotional well-being, how your body receives information about what you're consuming, and you want to feel at ease. You want to enjoy what you're doing. You want to feel when you're drinking that water, it's nourishing you, it's replenishing your hydration levels, and, you know, feeding your cells. So drink that at the pace that your body enjoys, okay? So you don't have to knock that back in one go. That's 500 ml, and then you've got 3 500 mls. And remember, your teas are also part of your consumption of your water, so you can use those as well. And the next one of the 500 ml could easily just be the water that you drink with your supplements. So that's already a litre. You know, that's how easy you can drink at least a litre, and then after that you'll drink your water throughout the day. But if you drink them in 500 ml batches and you just take your time with them, you soon find that you're getting through 2-3 litres a day with ease, and your body is adjusting to it. You'd be surprised how thirsty your body is and how much it really needs. Because if you're not drinking enough water, it's not going to those areas in the body that need it the most. You know, your liver, your kidneys, your colon needs it as well. I mean, it's fundamental for you to be able to have enough water so that you're making sure that you're not getting impacted or constipated. But one thing I'll mention about constipation is that you might find that you don't pass a stool each and every day, because some of you, depending on your diet, may have a harder time using the toilet, and then you go on the detox expecting to be frequent just like that. It won't happen immediately, which is why in the beginning of the detox program I ask you to do a liver cleanse, but I also ask you to do a colon cleanse, just to rid any fecal impaction in the bowel. Get rid of that from day one, so that you're able to absorb the minerals into your bloodstream and enough of it is getting in. So you're being nourished, and you've got rid of any sort of impacted feces in the colon. You may not eliminate all of it, but you'll eliminate a good amount of it, because when you look at the detox program, I've given an explanation for the herbs that you'll be taking to release your bowels, and that has a very good and smooth effect. There's two that I've put there. I've explained the two of them. One aids the other for a soft stool, and the other one helps to contract the colon so that you're pushing out that waste. And then, of course, when you're eating your fibres, your phytonutrients, you're taking your mineral supplements, you're having your sea moss, which is one of the most important minerals for you to have, because it's got fibre as well. 92 of our body's mineral makeup is in that sea moss. So make sure that you have a look at the plan, review the plan. You know, don't join too late, like a day or two just before the program, because you can benefit so much from just getting my support from now in terms of the things that I'm going to be posting that you can be implementing now to get your digestion system ready, and the recipes that are on the natural workshops to help you. So Sharon says, thanks so much, Carol. No, you're very welcome, Sharon. Anybody that comes on my detox programs, they're in it to win it. And then, right, oh, Margaret. Hi, it's good to see you here. And I appreciate you being here, because I know you're going through a lot at the moment, and so I appreciate your being online. So Margaret's asking, I can agree with everything Carol has said. I have just done my 3rd week, and I have learned so much. I think you say, I have learned so much food. I think you mean so much about food I eat and the different recipes I can now make. I am still getting. Sorry, you know what? I should have gone to Specsavers. I need some better. I need some better reading glasses. Sorry. Let's just start from the top. I can agree with everything Carol has said. I have just done my 3rd week of the detox, of course. And Margaret is one of the ladies that started early. Although we're doing the main big detox on the 1st of April, Margaret started it already because she had plans to go away. I know that's changed now, but so she's been doing it for 3 weeks. And I have learnt so much about food, the food I eat, and the different recipes I can now make. I am still going, and that's great. I'm so pleased because, listen, Margaret, honestly, you've gone through a bit of a shock. You know, this is a thing with just life, isn't it? So you had your plans ready to travel, do the detox, go away, and life happens, doesn't it? And I know you're going through a lot right now. And yet still you're doing the detox, and you have access to me still. And I did put on the group how much longer you guys want to do the detox for. Because the reason why I was asking is, if you're going to keep going and you still want to keep going, now that you're not going away, why not come on to natural workshops? Yeah? and access my members site, and you'll have access to all the amazing maintenance recipes that I've got there. Because I know when you sent me a message, you were saying how, I mean, you sounded like sounded like me in the kitchen, domestic goddess all overnight. When you were saying that you were giving me an example of one of the meals that you were going to prepare. And this is why it's always good to get examples of the type of foods you can do. And you'll get so much more. You get access, you don't get charged because you're entering the detox. You get membership access up until the 10th of May, right? And you can come on there, get those recipes, the maintenance recipes, so that you keep going. And I also put, as you saw anyway, you will have seen on the Detox plan itself, 7 days of maintenance recipes, breakfasts, lunch and dinners and snacks. But you've got a whole wealth of over 100 recipes on natural workshops in a club called Carol's Organic Kitchen, where I put all my recipes. And you will have access to the clubs. I think I did talk to you about this before, about my membership platform. But because you guys were doing it so quickly and you were doing it early, you would have finished by now. So you can now go on to the Natural Workshop site and get access to the clubs. We've got a diabetes club, we've got an allergy club, we've got an anxiety club, we've got a type 2 diabetes club. There's clubs there that you can join, and another one for remedies and essential oil blends. So, take advantage. And seeing as you're still going, and I can see you're still in full steam and you're doing really, really well. So well done, because, I know what you're going through right now, and it's not easy. You're still going strong, which is great. And you know what? This is the best thing for you right now, because if you'd had to have gone through this and having done the detox plan, your stress levels would have been shot. It would have been terrible for you, because I know you do a lot of running around and you needed to lose a bit of weight, which is great. And now your energy levels are much better. You'll be able to deal with the stress a lot better. Do you find that you've got more energy? Because you should be feeling it by now. You should be feeling fueled, and I know by the sound of you, you are. So well done. I have to give you a clap, because you're going through a lot right now, and you're still championing through, which is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So yeah, feel free to join the natural workshops. I'll get in touch with you guys on the Telegram group that I started up for you. You can all move over onto the Facebook group, move on to the 40-day detox program Telegram group. So I can add you all on there. I'll discuss with the other two ladies whether they want to keep going as well. And by all means, take advantage there. But I am so proud of you, Margaret, honestly, and you must be proud of yourself for getting through this with what you're going through as well, and the way you're starting to implement your own recipes. This is what I love, when I see people taking it to the next level and then now implementing it as a lifestyle. It's not a diet. It's not just for the detox and then you go off and start getting back into your old bad habits. If you want to kick sugar habits, you will kick the sugar habit. Simple refined foods, processed foods, high fats, sugar and salts. Once you're doing, it's known that to kick a habit, you need at least 30 days, right? This is 40 days. And you go through such an amazing process of how you feel when you're going through the detoxification process, and the wonderful meals that you eat. If you are a friend on my Facebook page, Carol Fraser on Facebook, you would have seen some of the recipes and meals that I've posted on my page, and health information and tips that I put out almost on a daily basis. But look at the vibrant colours. You literally eat the rainbow. You know, you have your carotene foods, you have all your fibre, you have all the minerals from those foods as well. And they're done in such a way that they're just so appealing. So even though you're eating real natural fruits and vegetables, whole foods, there's so much you can do with them. And Margaret has blasted it out of the water, honestly. Domestic goddess overnight. Plant-based cooking. And you see how it becomes so natural, Margaret. It's absolutely wonderful what you're doing. So well done, well done. Very proud of what you've done so far. No, you're welcome, Margaret. You deserve it. You really do. Oh, yeah, you're still going through, you're still going for it and you feel great. That's good. And this is not uncommon to hear that. This is what the detox program does for people. I remember years ago, in fact, I haven't released the video of a conversation that was agreed with this lady living in Ealing. She had 3 children back to back, and young children, and she had been pretty active and a great weight. She was a gym user. She had been a vegetarian before she married, and her husband, she said, loves his takeaways, and you know, she got into the habit of, you know, Friday night takeaway and maybe Mondays if they didn't want to cook, or a ready meal. And she drifted off her vegetarian diet, and she stopped going to the gym because life gets busy. She's working, she's got her 3 children, but she developed gallstones, and she was suffering with insomnia. Her hormones were imbalanced. She was losing hair. She had gained quite a significant amount of weight, and she was feeling tired all the time, and her feet ached. I mean, she said there was so much pain in her feet at times. And she went on my detox. She loved the smoothies because they were power packed with sea moss. This is why I strongly recommend everybody get sea moss. She loved it. She would go down to Brixton Market to get the sea moss, and she would literally get there just before they would sell out. She made sure that her and her family had that sea moss, and it did her such a world of good. It helped her gut, actually, because she did have some intolerance, and it's soothing. It's a mucilage type food, so it was very soothing for her. But she didn't have any issue with high fibre, which is a good thing. And the herbs that I gave her worked as a diuretic. And she did the cleanse in the beginning, you know, when you do the liver cleanse and the colon cleanse, which she so needed, especially with the gallstones. And it can take a few detoxes to start getting rid of them, you know, if you know, it's a process, put it that way. But she had lost some weight, she was feeling fabulous, and she only wanted to do it for 2 weeks. You know, she said in the footage, you know, Carol, I only wanted to do this for 2 weeks. And a lot of people express that they're not even sure that if they'll even get through the 2 weeks. And if you've seen Colandra's feedback in a video that I put on the 40-day Detox Live with Carol Fraser Facebook. You'll see her feedback. In fact, we've uploaded it. Anthony, have we uploaded Colandra's feedback on the detox program on YouTube, haven't we?
It is public on YouTube.
It's public on YouTube. Go to that feedback with Colandra and see her feedback there about her experience on the detox. And this lady, Catherine, she was feeling great. She said, Carol, I didn't think I was even going to I was worried whether I would even get through 2 weeks. And she took it on. I tell you, she was in Brixton Market getting her sea moss. You know, she'd never even heard of sea moss. A lot of us haven't, but you know, she just went in gusto. She took it on. She was feeling great. She was serious. I was giving her, listen, she didn't even need me half the time because she was so determined that she wanted to really take this on and do it. She was feeling so good that I would even be checking in on her, you know. And when I did, the feedback was amazing, you know, because I thought, oh, she's gone quiet. But she was getting all these amazing results, you know, losing weight, sleeping better at night, feeling lighter on her feet, pain gone, gut issues sorted. She was enjoying the meals. And she said it's literally a lifestyle. It's not just a diet. And you know, you experience that once you're on there and you realise. There's many people, and there's one from Tina especially, who suffers with lupus, who talked about her lupus and said how much better she was feeling, has up to this day. How many years has it been? Probably about 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. And she is still following her newfound lifestyle. You know, she's still following the lifestyle. And she's joining the detox program as well. And she knows the benefit of it, you know. And even her partner, who suffers with cancer, she prepares their meals, and he's getting, you know, the benefits of it. It can help in terms of keeping you out of hospital. If you're going in and out of hospital with infections after chemo, and I can say that categorically because when I did a women's workshop for West Hampstead Women's Workshop many moons ago, and one of the biggest complaints was that the women were going back after chemo with infections 2 weeks after chemo. Now, I never knew this. It was the manager who organised for me to come and do the workshop who called and said that after 2 weeks they were going back into, a lot of them were going back into hospital with infections 2 weeks after chemo, and she said the majority of them did not go back with infections because in that workshop, at that time I was doing workshops around the country on foods that heal and disease prevention, and they followed through. And that's how powerful food is. Food is information. Look at food as information. You're feeding your body with information. You give it the right information, it's going to function really well. Hi, Felicia. Is it Felicia? Yes, Felicia Ash. Thank you for joining me. And hi, how was your day? had a good day actually, had a productive day, and I'm working behind the scenes to bring as much value as I can for the detox. So I was writing out my shopping list because this Sunday, tomorrow, I'm going to be going down to my local farmers market and I'm going to be purchasing some organic produce, which I will be putting in my lives at 6 o'clock. So join me if you can. 6 o'clock live, where I'm going to be showing my detoxers how they can prep the foods from the grocery list in the detox plan. So there'll be some really good examples there. You could use them now, you know, you can, but when you're following a plan, you're getting the results and you're seeing the changes and it's structured, you see. So yeah, I had a good day anyway, and I always have a good day when I'm listening to my sleepy music studio, which is some meditation that I play in the background. I remember doing a live on the 40-day detox program Facebook group, and somebody was asking, oh, what's that music in the background? It sounds so good, and it is. Have a look on YouTube and find them. There's a lot of beautiful binaural frequencies. 432 they use, which is healing to the body. And Felicia says, so, what's that word next to it?
Q&A.
So Q&A, you might have to read that for me, Anthony.
Bit random, but I've been stuck on a train.
Sorry, can you, yeah. So Q&A.
Q&A, bit random. I've been stuck on a train for 6 hours. All bathrooms were closed. Never had to pee so bad in my life. What's the worst you ever had to pee?
What kind of a question is that? So you're stuck in a train for 6 hours and you really need to pee badly. Hold it. Go on the detox program, strengthen your bladder. That's my advice. That's what I do. And my pelvic floor exercises, so yeah. Oh dear. And we've all been there, haven't we? You know, 6 hours. What's going on? Are you traveling? Is that your commute? Stuck on the train for 6 hours. And all bathrooms were closed. What? What's going on? Come on. We've got to be able to use our public services. We're still paying for it out of our council tax. Can't be shutting everything down. We want a refund. Oh dear. Oh no. Gosh, 6 hours and you can't even use the bathroom. That's crazy. Goodness me. Well, I think I've covered a lot about the detox. And if there's any other questions anybody has tonight, I think I might be wrapping this up, unless you want me to keep talking. I will be sharing a lot more about the detox anyway. There's going to be other tips and things that people can do before the detox starts. And tune into the lives at 6 p.m, where I'll be showing all the different meals that you can prepare. And it's really low level, really low level. Have a look at Colandra's feedback here on Facebook. What's the title of that video, Anthony?
I don't know, but I'll post it in the description.
We'll post it in the description for you, where Colandra says, you know, it was so easy because she was working very hard with her job, and she didn't have to prepare a lot. You know, she said that the best thing about it was that there was no cooking, so it is fairly easy. And I'm really gonna give you some of my best tips when it comes to, because preparing food in the most simplest way and getting the most out of it, not getting bored, enjoying your meals. And I will be going away during the detox period, but I'm still coming on live because this is real life. You know, if you're doing a detox, and you're scheduling a holiday, don't worry. We got somebody who's going off to Ghana, and she's going to be doing the detox with her husband, herself, and her mother, all of them, and they'll be able to carry it out there, probably even better because there'll be more fresh abundance. So it's going to be great, and you don't have to have everything organic, but I do recommend that you try to have as much organic as possible, especially when it comes to things like strawberries that absorb everything. They've got these little like pores and they soak up a lot. So when they're being sprayed with pesticides, obviously you've got those chemicals and your body's cleansing. So we want to try and eliminate as much of the pesticide foods as possible. Where you can't, I would just soak your fruits and vegetables in mineral water. If you use distilled, but use your mineral or your spring water. Don't use tap water. And put, you know, a teaspoon or two, if it's a big bowl, 2 teaspoons or 1 teaspoon in water with your fruits and veg. If you're leafy greens, if you can get them organic, try and get them organic, or try and just soak them in your bicarbonate of water, bicarb and water, because that will draw out some of the major pesticides. Okay, 15 minutes is all you need, and that will draw out some of the major pesticides, and then give them a rinse, and yeah, that's it. Anything that has a thick skin, papaya, we're talking about pineapple, butternut squash, avocados, bananas, no need to worry. Even onions with the layers, although I do like to try and stick to organic when it comes to onions, and you'll be having red onion during the detox. We want our colourful, deep coloured foods, our carotene rich foods, but you know, if you can't get organic, then you know, onions have layers, so they don't soak up as much of the pesticides. So, and don't worry about the, you know, the thick-skinned fruits and vegetables. They can't always be bought organic, and I think even some of them are, but they're just not labelled organic, you know. Some of them that come from like Costa Rica maybe, or Peru. I know that Lidl, oh my gosh, they do the most amazing mangoes. They do these giant mangoes as well that come from Costa Rica, and they are absolutely delicious, and they're very reasonably priced. And they have some very good fresh produce that's really in really good shape, and I know that they do some organics. Another superstore, if you're going to shop in supermarkets for your produce, that do organics are Waitrose and especially Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's have quite a good range actually, but if you live in London, there are 50 farmers markets that operate around all corners of London, north, east, south, west, south, east, north, west, everywhere. And they work tirelessly to bring you organic food. I have one local, well, a couple local to me actually, but there's an organic market every day of the week. I think they've now opened up check online, London farmers markets, see if they've opened up every day of the week and weekends right up until Sunday. And you get the finest organics, honestly, and it's not too expensive, especially when you're just having plant-based. Just remember this, guys, it's going to be all plant-based. So you're not going to be spending your money on anything else but your fruits, your vegetables, your nuts, your seeds. You won't be having all of your legumes, but you'll have things like chickpeas in the detox, which you can sprout because we'll be having them raw, and I'm going to show you how to do that in real time, where I'm sprouting my chickpeas. And they taste that, and I'll show you how to do the raw organic dressings. But yeah, Sainsbury's are the best, I think, for the selection of organics. You find some in Lidl, some in Waitrose, but Sainsbury's are the best. And I tell you what's good about Sainsbury's as well, and I like to sing Sainsbury's praises, which is that they do alternative pastas. And they also stock the Biona organic brand, but they do things like buckwheat, they do pea pasta, they do lentil pasta as well. They also sell the organic brand of flour for spelt and kamut as well, which is also known as Khorasan. I think that's the right pronunciation for the flour, but they do Dove's organic brand, and they do it in spelt. And they also have a wholemeal spelt as well as white spelt. And I tend to use my wholemeal spelt when I'm doing my pastries, if I'm doing like roti wraps. Now listen, roti doesn't have to be long and laborious as you've seen some of them being done probably on YouTube. It's absolutely delicious, and it's a great traditional way of doing your roti, but let me tell you, the way I do my roti is done in minutes. You've seen if you're on Carol Fraser, my bread, the way I do my bread. These are the ones we're gonna, with spelt, I always use spelt, or buckwheat, which is gluten-free, because I also cook as an allergy chef, or I was cooking as an allergy chef. I have experience as an allergy chef. And I know how to put together breads and cakes and pastries, which are gluten-free, still taste quite delicious. You'll get those, if you follow me, you're going to get all these things in time. We're focusing on raw foods during the detox, but after the detox, we're going to be doing, I'll be doing some maintenance recipes for you as well. You'll get the maintenance recipes and you have access to them now, but I'll also do some lives on them so you can see how you can implement things like your spelt pastries, roti wraps, done in minutes, mineral dense, absolutely fabulous, breads done in half an hour. None of this waiting for everything to rise about 50 times. And eating it later because you've got to leave it for hours or whatever when you're raising dough. I don't cook with yeast because yeast creates bacteria in the gut. You do the research. It may be something that I will touch on in one of my videos. But I get a great rise on my bread. So yeah, keep following, tuning in. You'll get lots of information, lots of tips. And as you know, I'm all about solutions as well. When I talk about health issues and research, there's always solutions. So if you haven't got any questions for me, I will wrap it up for now and come back tomorrow at 10 o'clock and each night thereafter. And from Monday at 6 p.m, you'll be getting the foods for the detox. Thank you very much for watching tonight. I appreciate you all being here with me.